Welcome to podcast 18, where we are turning to Paul Feyerabend's Against Method, the last text that we'll read, and a text which explores the idea of science. Okay, so the basic, prompt that you want to explore is: do you agree or disagree with Feyerabend's problematization of science? Um, is science such a threat to democratic society as he puts on here? Okay, so I think he writes this in 1975, but it's a very contemporary argument. There is a lot of partisan debate and fight on the nature of science, on the validity of science in the 21st century. So it's an interesting text to look at. So some reading apps for you. So you want to keep in mind where we've been with de Beauvoir and Du Bois, heavy philosophizing of the other in terms of gender and race. You can see, Feyerabend's text as in this line of philosophy of the other. So he's really looking at, how science can, otherize us, uh, and create this idea of the scientific, other, and so instead of the usual sort of victory parade of science or the glory story of science, Feyerabend is really looking at the downside of it and the overuse, overemphasis of science in our culture. And so a lot of the moves he makes are very similar to de Beauvoir and to Du Bois. Uh, it's interesting because Du Bois and de Beauvoir are writing from this minority view or writing about minorities, right? Feyerabend is really, science is sort of numero uno in our culture and has been for a little while now. And so it's an interesting move that he makes. Okay. So keep, watch this move, but I think you'll recognize it as similar to what we saw with Du Bois and de Beauvoir.